All right, so in this video, I'm just basically going to walk through what I have been able to do with vibe coding and how it has actually been a really crazy thing that's kind of changed my business. So I run a email marketing agency. We work with various brands doing their email design, strategy, writing, et cetera, et cetera. So we work with e-commerce brands, but what I have been able to do with this so far is pretty insane. So for some of our clients, we kind of have a management package where they actually work with and kind of tell us, hey, we need X, Y, Z. And then we go ahead and just build that out for them. So they tell us what they need, and then we do all of the building. And so right now, it takes a lot of time with our team. They have to, go back and forth via email. It's all done via email. It's kind of messy. It's kind of slow. And so I created an entire platform. This is all, vibe coded with good old Cloud Code. And what this does is this allows clients to log into their portal, their user interface, see where emails are at, submit new jobs to be done, and actually automates a lot of the back and forth process. So this sits all on top of Asana, which is our project management system. So this is what my team is actually in day to day, getting things done. And then this is almost just like a reflection of what's inside of Asana. And so I was able to do that, purely from Vibes. So here's just like a little bit of a walkthrough of how it works. Somebody can come in, create an email. They can pick a flow, which allows them to create, multiple emails. Let's say it's a 5 email flow. We've got all of them in here. Or if they wanted to create a campaign, they can come in, drop all that information, and then continue to go through. So really quickly, let's just run through an example. Let's say our send date is the 29th, and this is going to be example 1. And we'll just put in some stuff here just to get this going. And then we do create email. So what this then does is run an automation to push this from my portal here into my Asana. And it does a couple of other things in the background. Awesome. So this just ran. Here is our example. And now if I jump over to my Slack, I'm actually going to have a notification right here. Boom. This person submitted in. If I click view task in Asana, this will actually open up and then push back into my Asana with the task. So it's got all of the information in here that I need. And then this is also really helpful. This actually pulls in and creates a new document for my team to work inside of, and then drops in the client's name, the date that is going out, example, blah, blah. So this is all done. This is like pretty insane what I was able to accomplish with this. And honestly, it gets even better. So as this goes through certain things, so let's say my feedback deadline is later this month, and then my review link is google.com. So now if I go ahead and change this to the waiting for approval and feedback, so basically my team would go in and say, okay, this email is ready for the client to review. Let's go ahead and add these things in. Then if we come back into our portal, and we just refresh. Now, if we come back to our dashboard, this email has now been moved up. It is in the needs review section. It's got the feedback date, everything in here. We use a review platform called Commentful for Figma. This is just that Google link that was in there. Now, additionally, if you were the client, you would also receive an email from my company saying, hey, this is ready for you to review. Here it all is. And then let's say you've gone through, you have submitted your feedback, you can go ahead and click yes, submit feedback. Great, now this gets changed to feedback submitted. So if we come back into our dashboard, it's now moved out of that section. It has been moved moved to the process in Asana, so it's now been marked as feedback submitted. We have our notification here just dropped right on here inside of Asana. And then also importantly, it has a notification into my Slack so the team knows like, hey, this has been moved. This is all doable, or this is all done 100% through vibe coding. So honestly, it's pretty insane what you can create and how you can kind of take an idea from nothing and turn it into something that's like real and usable. I have my first client starting on this next week, and I built this out in just a couple of days. And now it's fully functional. This is all hosted on AWS, so Amazon, to do all of like the front end, all of the back end is basically just controlled through Asana, since it's kind of just mirroring that. But yeah, this is going to be a huge help for clients, so they can get even more visibility into like the things that we're doing or where we're at with things, and just have better organization. And then also just hugely helpful for me and my team in terms of like communicating with clients, letting them know where things are, and systematizing like the submission process, where some people will kind of send in different types of submissions, use different softwares. For example, some people will just send it via email, some people will put it into a Google Doc, some people will send you like a Word doc, some people will put it into a Google Sheet. And so this just brings it all into one place and just really, really helps like our workflow. So yeah, I just wanted to shoot this quick video and just kind of show what's possible with some of these tools, what you can do. This is honestly pretty insane. And this really only showcases like a small portion of it. Like I was saying, this you can do multi ones. This will push them in as multi. We can see in here, like 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5. That's an example of this where it pushes it all in. So yeah, a lot of really, really, really cool things that can be done. It honestly kind of blows my mind. And so I wanted to make a quick video about it. All right, that's all I got. Bye.